Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Our today's topic is forgetting, written by Robert Lynd, paragraph note 5. Let's start. Few of us, however, have lost much property on our travels through forgetfulness. The ordinary man arrives at his destination with all his bags and trunks safe. The list of articles lost in trains during the year suggests that it is the young rather than the adult who forget things, and sportsmen have worse memories than their ordinary serious minded fellows. Here it says that not many of us lose property on travels through forgetfulness. The ordinary man arrives at his destination with all his bags and trunks safely. Right here says that ordinary man arrives at his destination with all his belongings. Right says that the list of articles lost by the railway travelers published by the Great London Edition suggests that the young men and the sportsmen are more forgetful than the serious minded fellows. A considerable number of footballs and cricket bats, for instance, were forgotten. This is easy to understand, for boys returning from the games have their imagination still filled with the vision of playing field, and their heads are among the stars or their hearts in their boots as they recall their exploits or their errors. Here it says that a large number of footballs and cricket bats were forgotten in the trains. That a large number of footballs and cricket bats were forgotten in the trains. It seems that when sportsmen are returning after playing a match, they are deeply lost in the thought of the match. They are lost in a world of imagination. Their heads are among the stars, as if they are among the when they are among the stars. Their their heads are among the stars when if they are among the winners, right? If their heads are among the stars, if they are among the winners. But if they are among the losers, then they are deeply unhappy. They are confused. So while getting down from the train, they forget their footballs and cricket bats in the compartment. They are abstracted from the world outside them. Memories prevent them from remembering to do such small prosaic things as take a ball, as take a ball or bat with them, as take a ball or the bat with them. When they leave the train for the rest of the day, they are citizens of dreamland. Here writer says that these people are taken out from the world outside them. These people are taken out from the world outside them, that is, their minds are preoccupied and they are not able to remember everyday concerns. Great people like sportsmen, statesmen, philosophers, writers, and poets fail to remember to carry these things back to their homes. It is because they are absorbed in their achievements, performances, failures, etc. Right? It is because they are absorbed in their achievements, performances, failures, etc. Their minds are filled with grand and glorious things. Their minds are filled with grand and glorious things. The same may be said, no doubt, of anglers who forget their fishing rods. Anglers are generally said, I do not know with which justification to be the most imaginative of men, and the man who is inventing the most magnificent lies on the journey, whom after days fishing is bound to be a little absent-minded in his behavior. That here says the same is the case of anglers. Angler is a person whose hobby is catching fish. That here says the same is the case of anglers who forget their fishing rods. Anglers are the most imaginative people. It is because they invent magnificent lies about the day fishing. When they are busy in narrating these fabricated stories to others, they forget all about their fishing rods. They forget them in the train. The fishing rod of reality is forgotten by him as he daydreams over feats of the fishing rod of utopia. His loss of memory is really a tribute to the intensity of his enjoyment in thinking about his day's sport. Writer in these lines says that an angler is very absent-minded as he dreams about a perfect society in which everyone works with each other and is happy. His absent-mindedness actually highlights the great quality of his enjoyment in thinking about his day's sport or his act of catching fish. He may forget his fishing rod as the poet may forget to post a letter because his mind is filled with matters more glorious. Here writer says that he may forget, that his angler may forget the physical presence of his fishing rod, just as a poet forgets to post a letter because his mind is usually filled with the grand things than the fact of thinking about his fishing rod. Right? Here the writer says that he may forget, that his angler may forget the physical presence of his fishing rod, just as a poet forgets to post a letter because his mind is usually filled with the grander things than the fact of thinking about his fishing rod. Absent mindedness of this kind seems to me all but a virtue. The absent minded man is often a man who is making the best of life and therefore has no time to remember the mediocre who would have trusted Socrates and college to post a letter they had souls about such things. Here it says that this kind of absent-mindedness is nothing short of a great virtue. The absent-minded man is a carefree man. He gets maximum pleasure out of life. This being the case, he has no time to think about the commonplace or everyday concerns of life. Nobody could have expected a philosopher. Nobody could have expected a philosopher like Socrates or a poet like Coleridge to do an ordinary thing like posting a letter because their souls are concerned with much higher things of life. They did not bother to think of the commonplace things or ordinary things of life. Thank you.